Renee Bays, Rakim, John, 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 Renee Bays, Rakim, John.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Podcast of Color. We're full.
Keep going.
Really?
Oh.
We're full trash bags of color coming together to make sense of the world. I'm Rakim, and we're recording at my place today because our typical recording spot was infiltrated with white faces.
White faces and white spaces.
In a white space, yeah. So we apologize.
Isn't that a Taylor Swift song? I'm kidding.
Is it?
No, I'm thinking Blank Space.
Wow. I would love to hear like an Aryan remix though of like Blank Space if it's like I don't know, like you know what? I'll put a pin in that because we're not gonna do that today. It's gonna be a positive episode. So who are y'all?
Who are we? I'm who am I? That's one secret I'll never tell. XOXO. Gossip Girl.
Okay, so
back with the J's.
That was this week's episode of Podcast of Color. Oh my God.
I'm John. I'm John. And
John who?
Exactly.
That girl. I'm just that
girl, John?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Baze, the girl who knew too much.
I'm Rakim, the girl on fire.
That's called syphilis, honey.
Sweetie, wow.
You might need some penicillin.
You might need to check this up before you get checked.
Anyway,
Miss Clapback.
Just a friendly reminder: if you hear phones ringing and all that kind of nonsense,
we're poor.
We very poor, and this is look. We've never pretended to be rich. We never pretended like we had it like that. We always been poor since day one, and we still poor today.
Never been on Hoscos. Like we're poor. Like
oh my God.
You know, like it is what it is. But but we appreciate y'all for supporting us anyway. So
give me you're rich, you're thin, you're Caucasian,
and you're blonde.
And you're blonde. Yes.
We're missing our fourth trash bag tonight.
Rini.
Because NDA.
Because of NDA.
So, yep. So, Jonathan, what is the question of color this week?
Color.
Okay. So the other night I hung out with some friends, and this question came up during dinner, and the question was, what's the craziest thing you've ever done to impress someone? Well, it started off with impressing someone that you're on a date with or someone that you're dating. But let's just broaden it up to what's the craziest thing you've done to impress someone in general?
Would you like to go first?
Yeah. So what I said during dinner, I was telling my friends that I was young at the time, and
so last year
I had a crush on this straight guy.
So last year?
No, not last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like playing Truth or Dare, and he asked me to kiss this girl.
Oh no!
And I did it. Just because he asked me to, but my girlfriend knew I was gay, but he just wanted to see his kiss for make out, and I was like, okay, I'll do it just because he asked me to. And in return, you need to whip your dick out, and he didn't. But I kissed a girl.
Wow, you got played, sis?
I got played.
Wow.
I know. He said he was going to do it, and he did it.
And you should have made him do it first.
Niggas ain't shit, man.
What about you guys?
Well, okay, this isn't like too crazy because honestly, I don't go out of my way to impress people that much. But I
Good for you.
when I was once upon a straight, I I was introducing the girl I was dating. Oh God, it even sounds weird just coming out of my mouth. To my mom and my sister for the first time. And I told her, I lied. And I was like, I am such a good cook. I was like, I be throwing down, knowing damn well it was my sister. So also I was 17 when this happened. And so I remember the girl was coming over at around like 2 or something. And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I got my sister and I bribed her with like $50. And I said, if you cook this whole meal and say I did it, I will give you $50. So
Wow.
my sister cooked an entire meal. She cooked like spaghetti. Well, it's not like a huge meal, but like really nice spaghetti and like homemade garlic bread with homemade garlic sauce and like some really nice, I guess you like hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Sorry, again, I'm too poor to pronounce that correctly.
Baze, how would a French person say that?
Wait, repeat.
Au revoir.
Repeat that.
Wow, so pay attention. We're in classes in session.
First
Hors
of all, I was
d'oeuvres?
just listen. I was just quieting something down, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last thing that was said? How do I say what in French?
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Or trois. La nashtara. No. So.
That's a mess.
So we. Bye. Everything in vodka. Everything in shaka. So. So.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Dobby is.
So you had your sister cooked your
So my
your
sister,
dinner.
so my sister cooked this whole meal and she made like homemade lemonade and all this stuff and put it on this fancy plating or whatever. And I put it on the table and I was like, girl, I threw down for you. Like, and, and to this day, she does not know that I did not cook that. And it worked though. So,
Wow.
you know,
Okay. Well, listen, you got away with it.
I sure did. How to Get Away with Lying? Or, let me not say that on there. How to Get Away with...
How to get away with cooking?
fraud.
How to Get Away with Fraud, a liar, a scammer, you know. Oh, I scammed my girlfriend. That's how we dated.
Yeah,
I'm
first
a
you tell
fraud.
you're straight, and then you tell you
Well,
can cook.
well, strike 2. Strike 3 was I love you, but that's a whole nother...
Ooh, ooh.
I ain't shit, I'm trash.
If Rakeem's ex-girlfriend's listening to this,
She's not,
I'm sorry.
because she's married.
oh,
Is it my turn? Is it my
Yeah.
turn?
It sure
Is
is.
it the
Go off.
staff's turn?
Go off, nigger.
Well, kids, let me take you back to 2004. What a year 2004 was. Britney was the top of the charts. Lindsay Lohan was the biggest star in the world. And I was in middle school. So, okay, I was really weird. Okay, I was really weird in middle school, and I'm trying to debate whether I should tell y'all the story about the kid I let treat me like shit because he looked like Harry Potter, or
oh,
that was 6th grade though. No, you know what? We'll do the 7th grade story. So there was this guy, and I'm gonna say his first name. I'm not gonna say his last name because I don't want y'all niggas looking him up because his last name is very like specific. It's unusual. So his name was Tom. Tom was a boy of color.
Was?
But I mean, I'm assuming if he's still alive, I don't know. It's been some years since I've seen him. But he, like, I never knew really what his deal was, but I knew he, like, wore a lot of black, and he liked corn and Slipknot and whatnot. He had, like, corn, like, on his backpack and all that shit, and he, like, spiked his hair every day. And
that sounds like me, to be honest.
I was like, this is me?
so this is me adhering to the the stereotypical systems of beauty, but he was like the only kid in our middle school who had muscles. The only one, because back then nobody had no muscles.
Oh, man,
so he
corn
was just
and muscles,
like huge, buff, like slightly brown. Like he was definitely like not white, but like I couldn't tell really what he was. And but he hung out with all like the racist white kids, and like rumors were that he was racist, but like I low-key didn't care because he was fine. And
wow, and
I knew he was. Look, you know what? Listen, whatever. Anyway, I knew that he liked the color black a lot. Like I was like, oh, he loves black, and like I knew he's really into that. So I thought that he would think I was cool. If I brought my black hamster to school.
What?
The reach here. Your arm's a little bit too short to box with God on that one, but it's okay.
So I had a hamster and it was black, and I put it in a carrier and I brought it to school, and I was like, oh, he'll be really impressed by this. And
oh my God.
I thought he would be. He never got to see it, and I got caught by one of the teachers, and my aunt had to come and pick the hamster up. But everybody was shook. They were like, "What did your dumbass bring this damn hamster to school for?"
Because he wanted to show and tell his corn crush.
I wanted to show and tell. I was like, first I show him the hamster, and then he shows me his dick.
Wow.
Wow. You
and
John both got played. Like,
I played myself though. I didn't get played by nobody. I played myself, and I don't know if that's better or worse. But
Tom was like, "When you play me, you play yourself. Try not to hurt yourself."
Oh God, but yeah, apparently he was like super racist, and he actually ended up being like really abusive to his girlfriend when we were in 8th grade. So,
oh my God,
good thing he. Yeah, I'm glad that I did not get any further.
Did you ever get the hamster back?
Yeah, I mean, my aunt picked it up, so she took it to my house. I just couldn't. I didn't get to show it to him. I didn't have it long enough to show it to him because I had I think I had 5th period with him, and I think I got caught right after recess.
At least you didn't leave it in your locker all day because.
Oh no! I had it in a carrier. It wasn't like it was just I didn't just throw it in my backpack. Like I had it in a carrier, and then I had the carrier in my backpack, but I left my backpack partially unzipped. Like it was all very ethical. Right. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But
I'm still shook that you owned a hamster.
I sure did, because you know what? I couldn't have dogs, so.
What was your hamster's name?
I had many, so I don't. My favorite one's name was Essence, and I named her after Essence Atkins, who was the older sister on Smart Guy. That is
the blackest thing I have ever heard in my
life. You named your black hamster Essence?
No, that wasn't Essence. My that was like my dwarf hamster. Her name was Essence. She was my favorite hamster that I had. But the black hamster, I forgot what I named that one.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just to impress Tom.
Wow.
Just to impress Tom. I might have even gotten it just to impress Tom. I don't remember.
Oh my God,
I was sprung. I was sprung. He just he was buff, and he was always wearing these tight black corn t-shirts, and he had that spiky hair, and wore dicky shorts and bands and the socks that came up to your calf, and I just thought it was so hot. If anyone
from Baze's middle school is listening, please send me
don't nobody knows what I'm talking about. I don't even care. That was the old me, bitch.
You literally just described, most of the people on this America's serial killer domestic terrorist list with that description. But what I do want to point out is what you just said was that you utilized this black hamster. You used its body for the white man.
He wasn't white. He was off-white.
Wow. You don't even see the hamster as a person. You just care about its body and its function and its utility. You don't care about the person inside. And you just said black hamsters' lives don't matter. So I can't trust you from now on. You're canceled, Baze.
Wow. Okay. I mean, however will I go on now that I've been canceled? Rakeem, I need to get therapy now.
I wish there was the true Hollywood story of this hamster. I want to know.
I know, bitch. I want to the hamster's smoking a cigarette. Baze, I haven't heard that name in years.
I want to hear this story from the hamster's point of view, in the confessional.
He's smoking multiple cigarettes a day now.
Oh no,
He's like-
I think it died.
He's
I think
me.
it died at some point, so I can't. I don't remember what happened to that hamster.
Oh, poor thing. Well,
Yeah.
I guess with that we're gonna end the intro and we'll move on to the genets of color. So
Janets. Goddamn.
Anyways,
it's better than you
Gentiways.
saying jail of color last week, sis. So don't come for me.
Gentiways.
We'll, we'll see y'all in a jit. Bum, 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 bum.
Boom.
Ch-ch-ch-chow.
100% trash.
Trash, 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 trash.
Hello, all of you. All
Hi.
of you out there. Welcome back. This is Minutes of Color. And we're going to just be talking about, a few things that are going on in the world. I'm actually stalling right now because my computer is a little bit frozen. I've transitioned into a completely different English accent, and I'm doing... Oh, there's another one. Okay, here we go. Look, I'm just along for the ride. I don't really know what's going on, actually.
Cheerio.
I have
Show must go on.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Pippin' all that sort of rot.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning. That's Irish, girl. There was... Okay, when I was in Dublin, there was this fine-ass black guy that me and my friend were both, competing with, but he was straight, so she won. And he was just really cute. Oh, he was so cute. And I used to make him... We called him Adonis Boso. And I don't remember if he actually looked like Adonis Boso, but he was gorgeous.
Adonis.
Gorgeous.
Oh, the male model?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Ireland?
No, the really famous mechanic.
Bitch.
He's like this super famous mechanic on this reality TV.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. So I used to make him say it because he had this Irish accent. So he was like this hot black guy with this Irish accent. I was like, girl, you gotta say it. Give it to
A
me one
black
time.
man with an Irish accent? That's
Yes.
nothing but the devil. Enough time for that.
Oh, girl, ruin
No.
your motherfucking life. Ruin your life. He ended up being apparently garbage. So I don't know if I really want to give him all of that. But anyway, since the Golden Globes, many an actor has come forward to say that they will no longer work with Woody Allen. What y'all think of that? Well, first of all, there's Timothee Chalamet. So he said that he would no longer work. He said that he couldn't talk about the whole thing or whatever due to contractual obligations.
Wait, he's been in a movie of his before?
Yeah, he just did a movie with him. Just did a movie with him.
Oh.
But he's saying that he's going to donate his the money that he earned from it to charities. And so a number of other actors, Colin Firth, Rebecca Hall is biracial. That still throws me, but white
who
passing
is
people
that?
exist. She's a British actress.
I'm Googling it right now.
And she was in one of her first movies was a Woody Allen movie. I don't remember the name. Greta Gerwig has said something. Griffin Newman.
She was
Ellen
in Vicky
Page,
Cristina Barcelona.
Mira Savino, Rachel Brosnahan. But Mira Savino, I think didn't her movie with Woody come out in the 90s?
The only movie that mattered from her was Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. So.
Was that Mira
wait,
Savino?
no! Oh my God!
I was like, that's the
someone else.
wrong white woman. I don't know my white women that well, but yeah.
No, that's the girl from. No, it is Romeo and Michelle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. Again, I don't know white women, so there you go. But the Huffington Post, according to this Jezebel article, Huffington Post has come out with an expose, which is basically calling him out for not saying enough about Woody Allen and not necessarily directly condemning him, and also sort of, I guess, trying to be diplomatic so that he is I guess a contender for the Oscars.
Yeah,
because he doesn't want to turn off a lot of doesn't want to turn off, I guess, Woody Allen supporters in the Oscar voters amongst the Oscar voters.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think as long as he's saying
I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know.
I just feel some stuff is just like I'm speechless because it's literally common sense. Like I don't. There's an article that I read that said something like, if I have to tell you why you need to be a decent person and like not support racists and all this kind of thing, then I don't know what to tell you. And this is one of those situations. Like the fact that there is a category of people called Woody Allen support, like. There is only so far you can I was
gonna make a RuPaul joke, but I don't think that was probably not appropriate.
It's probably not.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah. So, and it's just kind of like there's only so many times you can make like excuses for that kind of behavior, and I know I'm going to probably eat my words when we talk about Cardi B later on. But we're all flawed, right? Like, but it's just like, but there's like, but like, okay, but this is like child molestation. But there's only so many times like you can like defend someone because their work is good and like. Well,
let me read his words. That might help like clear up. So this is what he said. This year has changed the way that I see and feel about so many things. It has been a thrilling and at sometimes enlightening education. I have to this point chosen projects from the perspective of a young actor trying to walk in the footsteps of more seasoned actors I admire. But I'm learning that a good role isn't the only criteria for accepting a job. That has become much clearer to me in the past few months, having witnessed the birth of a powerful movement intent on ending injustice, inequality, and above all, silence. I have been asked in a few recent interviews about my decision to work on a film with Woody Allen last summer. I'm not able to answer the question directly because of contractual obligations. But what I can say is this. I don't want to profit from my work on the film, and to that end, I am going to donate my entire salary to 3 charities. Time's Up, the LGBT Center in New York, and RAINN, RAINN. I want to be worthy of standing shoulder to shoulder with brave artists who are fighting for all people to be treated with respect and dignity, and the respect and dignity they deserve. Ugh, why can't I talk?
Wow. His entire salary?
Yeah, so what the expose is saying is in this statement, at no point did he speak about like actually condemn what Woody Allen did, and also
he just said
they read his they read his contract and there is no contractual obligation for him to be silent.
Wait, people's contracts are public?
I did not know this, but according to this Huffington Post piece.
Huh.
Wait, I'm sorry.
They reviewed a copy of his agreement, and they say that there is no mention of Dylan Farrell or his personal views on Allen's alleged sexual assault. So I don't know. I guess I just feel like I don't know.
Okay, I'll say this.
This is really weird. What a weird story.
The issue with the apology that people had is that he didn't condemn the action, but he just said that he's.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, they're saying he didn't say enough about it, and I guess I feel like I have less. I mean, yes, men should be speaking more out about this. I think I would be a little. I think the thing that's a little weird to me is the contractual obligation part, which is if that is true that he made that up completely, or his publicist, because I'm assuming like this guy didn't just get on Instagram and write this on his own.
No, but at the same time, though, he did just say that he's donating his entire salary to these places and he wants to learn about. So I guess my question is, I get those points and they're absolutely valid. But my question is, like, what constitutes a good, I don't know. Like, to me, when you read it, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it until you brought up those points. Like, if.
I honestly would not have like looked at this and been like, you know, oh my God, he didn't say enough about Woody Allen. You know, I think that I don't know. I like feel that people walk a very fine line in these industries, and especially somebody like him. Like, this isn't Brad Pitt or George Clooney or Matt Damon. This is like somebody who just came into the industry, and I think that, like, for him to be saying this is, like I think for people to, like, expect him, like, he just came off of his first movie to come out and be like, well, fuck Woody Allen and fuck this and fuck that. Like,
yeah.
I think that people forget that these people are still working in this industry and this is their job. And
well, it's also, like Go ahead.
No, and so I think, like, yes, like, I would get on Twitter and just be like, fuck Woody Allen and fuck Bryan Singer and fuck all these motherfuckers and da-da-da-da. But, like, I'm not, I'm still going to get my paycheck at the end of the day if I say that or not. You know what I mean? Whereas some people can get frozen out of the industry and, like, don't be tricked by everything that you see going on right now. Woody Allen still has a lot of friends in Hollywood. And a lot of these people are just waiting for this to blow over.
Like, what happened to...
I was going to say, this just seems really ingenuine because, I mean, it's not like Woody Allen's reputation is a secret. And I know that he's just started, this guy, Timothee Chevrolet, just started. But, like, it's like, I'm going to work with him. And then after I'm done with this work, I'm going to do something. It just sounds weird. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I know that he's a bad guy, but I'm going to get my money out of this, but then donate all my money to these I don't know, it just sounds weird. Like, well, then why work with him in the first place? And, like, also why did he decide to donate it in relation to Woody Allen? Like, what if you just donated it just because to these centers?
Well, part of it is that, and I mean, I'm not under the illusion that there's, like, any type of, like, selflessness going on here. This is, like, a PR move. Like,
right.
Obviously, like, this is not him, like, actually, like, coming out and, like, he probably, I don't know what he feels, but, like, clearly this is a PR move. That's why he's donating, and because it's a PR move. Like, that's it.
Okay, but let me ask this again. Like, because I like to, leave these conversations like learning something, I guess. Mm-hmm. What would you have had him do? Because he already made other than the answer can't be not work with him because that already happened. So what happens now? Like, how do you fix that? Like, let's just say if I know you want it, but you worked in a Woody Allen movie, how would you then fix it?
I mean, I think that this is actually the best thing he could have done, short of, like, coming out, like, swinging and saying, like, fuck Woody Allen. But
right.
I don't see anybody doing that, so I don't know.
Right.
Like,
because I think it goes back to what you were saying before. Like, you just can't go and, like, run your mouth and just, like, talk shit about everyone. And it's unfortunate that you can't do that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to, but that's the reality of the situation. Because, like, look what happened with Monique when she said something about, like, Lee Daniels or whatever. She got blackballed, and people had said that she's difficult to work with and whatever.
Yeah,
and
now
like,
she has, like, a reputation of being an angry black woman, which they give that to any black woman, but, like, that's, like, she's like persona non grata, like, she, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like you were saying, it's not like it was Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie or, like, Oprah that said it. Like, I don't even know who this guy is, so it's just kind of like he can absolutely. He was
in that gay movie.
Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that yet. But
me either. I probably won't unless it comes on, like, Netflix or something. But
same. But it's like that, and it's kind of the same thing that, like, Harvey Weinstein would do, and he would manipulate these people and would tell them you're not going to work in this industry again. And I'm sure people felt the same about Woody Allen, or like there are people on set or around that would do the same or would to them. So it's like.
I was just going to say, I remember reading from Ronan Farrow, so, like, 2 years ago, or I guess it's been almost 4 years now, when Dylan Farrow wrote her, was it Vanity Fair piece, about what happened to her, what he did to her, and she kind of called out Hollywood for it, and, like, everybody kind of paid her lip service. Wow, I forgot what my point was.
She doesn't exist anymore? Like, no one knows who she is?
No. My point oh, wait. Yes. Okay. Yes. My point. Sorry, I'm back. Ronan Farrow spoke about how, like, a lot of publications don't ask questions about Woody Allen because what happens is a lot of PR firms will pull their clients. A lot of managers and whatever will pull their clients, and you don't have access to these people anymore. And then you don't have access to these people anymore. You can't do your job. So, like, there's like this. There's like, and he was like, this is why nobody wanted to touch this story. And even, like, you know what I mean. And for years, nobody asked Woody Allen about, like, even after that story broke, nobody went up to Woody Allen and was interviewing him and was asking him about that. Nobody was asking, very few people were asking, like, the actors are in his movies about it. And when they did, they got away with just paying lip service to it, and nobody was, like, asking, like, hard-hitting questions. They were like, no, well, what do you think about this? People were just giving them bullshit, like, like we've been hearing for years. So, I think there's like a lot of like things that you don't see. Like there's a lot of insidious little ways that people can ruin people's careers and their access to roles. And it's not to be like, oh, poor Timothy, shabababa, but like, you know, we still, I don't know. I think that he, having already done the movie is done, it's happened, going forward, I think he handled it well. I hope that there is like some type of agreement or contract that Huffington Post didn't have access to, because that like would be a little fucked up if he lied and completely made that up. He could, you know, he could have rather just said that, you know, I don't want to go into it, but I will just say this, and this.
Right.
But yeah, that's really like, that's the thing that really gets me personally. But I mean, you know, yeah.
The only reason I kind of feel away is just because I feel like sometimes when it comes to like these type of issues, when it comes to anything that deals with someone being problematic, there's people throw the fact that we live in the real world out of the window. So like, realistically, yeah, or like ideally, yes, like you would want, you know, this person to make this perfect thing and whatever. I'm not saying, and I'm not trying to excuse anyone's messed up behavior, but I think sometimes people forget that like that it just doesn't work like that all the time. Like there's all kind of nuance and factors that go into things. So I'm not saying either like, oh, poor Timmy or whatever, but I'm also saying like, you know, there's things like you were saying we don't know about this situation and in anything. And then if you relate it back to your everyday life, like there are times I want to say stuff about my bosses all the time. Can I do that though? No. Like, you know, so it's just kind of like realistically, there are certain things that you can and you can't do. So yes, like do you like, I think Twitter and Tumblr wants you to let's go off and like, you know, go on like the I have a dream speech every single time something problematic happens. But like realistically, you won't work like that. You can't survive like that. Right. So you have to know how to, oh God, for lack of a better phrase, play the game. And
you do have to be diplomatic.
Yeah, right. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
You have to be diplomatic in a lot of situations that like
that doesn't mean
be, like screaming out loud about, but
that doesn't mean go and be problematic on purpose. It
definitely.
Just means
and they'll be silent about shit.
Yeah, it just means you need to learn when to speak up, when to not say things, or how to say things, or who to say it to. That is all.
Yeah. And
this is a case where I think that may apply, but
yeah. Did you guys see Selena Gomez's mom exposed her?
No.
Honestly, I know nothing about Selena Gomez, so
okay. Let me find this because I forgot about it until just right now. But
find her vocal range while you at it.
Selena Gomez's mom said that she tried to tell her not to work with Woody Allen, and she won't listen to her.
Wait, when did Selena Gomez work with Woody Allen?
She's working with him right now. We've been talking about this.
She has a new movie coming out with him or her, she, and his film.
Yikes. Well,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, I don't know how accurate it is. I'm like also wary of parents who like expose their children on the internet. But yeah, she said that she's spoken to her about it. She said, "This is my."
Dang, she's dragging her own daughter.
Sort of, yeah.
This is gonna be kind of mean, but because it's Selena Gomez, like I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want her. All I really want her to do is just sing live and increase her octave level and her volume. And I also want to give a PSA to her that wolves don't live in the forest. Wait, no, okay. In the jungle. Wolves don't live in the jungle. She has a song called Wolves, and a line is like, wolves are in the jungle, and they're not in the jungle, sweetie. They're in the forest.
They're in the Jungle Book.
So she said,
wolves?
Yeah. Mowgli was raised by wolves in the Jungle Book. Okay, never mind. I'm just saying it's a fake. Okay, forget it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I'm trying to find the tweet. Wow.
The tweet? Yikes.
I was trying to find the tweet that like had it.
The tweet.
But I saw. Let me just back away from this because I can't find the actual quote. So I just remember reading about her mom saying something to her. But Also, fuck Baldwin, Alec Baldwin, for defending.
Oh, I
Woody
know. Ugh.
Isn't that
but,
John's
I mean, he's a
fave?
horrible person anyway. Didn't he call his daughter like a fat little pig? And didn't he get like recorded talking to her like she was dirt?
Yeah.
Wow, John, is he still your favorite activist?
He's not my favorite. That wasn't
Wow.
my favorite activist. It was a different Baldwin.
I mean,
This YouTuber, Elle Darby.
Who that?
So her name is Elle Darby. She reached out to to the White Moose Cafe in Dublin. She asked that they let her stay there for free, and she would give them social media clout.
I hope they said no.
Oh God.
They said, if I let you stay here in return for a feature in your video, who's going to pay the staff who look after you? Who's going to pay the housekeepers who clean your room? The waiters who serve your breakfast? The receptionist who checks you in? Who's going to pay for the lights and heat you use during your stay? The laundering of your bed sheets? The water rates? Maybe I should tell my staff they will be featured in your video in lieu of receiving payment for work carried out while you're in residence.
Fuck.
Well,
Oh
XOXO.
my
They
God.
then banned. They did banned bloggers from their establishment
Dang.
because they received a lot of backlash for posting it. They posted it and
Why?
blacked out her name, but people found out about it. So, I mean,
What
Sweetie.
is that about? Like, because
why would you reach out to
deserve the
somebody
right to...
and you don't ask? Like, don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but don't people reach out to the reviewer to give them free shit?
Wait,
And
what's the
then
name
ask
of this
them to-
hotel?
Huh?
What's the name of the hotel?
It's called the White Moose Cafe. In
You're doing
Dublin,
amazing,
Ireland.
sweetie.
I just thought that was really funny. I really did. It was like, who does that? Like, who does that? And then like it's
Is she
caused like
white?
this big like debate back and forth on the interwebs about whether she was like in the right or in the wrong. But like, I think she was wrong. Like, why would you? First of all, why would you reach out to anyone to ask for free things? They're supposed to offer it to you, right? Like, am I tripping here? I always thought that was how it was supposed to go.
No, it actually is. She was so out of pocket because the thing is, you don't. That's just like saying, "Oh, I want to do a photo shoot with you, but I'm not going to pay you, and it'll give you exposure." Like how? Like I have more followers than you. Like what is that? It's just it's tacky. Was she white?
Yeah.
I mean,
Of course.
Oh, girl, you already knew.
you already know.
You already knew.
Like before you asked, yes.
Yeah, so like I guess apparently what the only reason they were banned is because they posted this their response to this blogger. They blacked out her name, but people found out her name anyway. And then there was a lot of backlash towards the cafe, hotel, whatever this place is, diner, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's some kind of I'm thinking it's some kind of bed and breakfast. Yeah, so there was backlash. They got like a bunch of shitty reviews. Like people were like harassing whoever runs
God.
the social media or whatever of the place. So, so they banned bloggers from staying at their location.
I'm sure all the people that went to go write those angry comments are like 15. Like they probably don't even have jobs. Like who else? Who can you imagine being a grown working adult going to a 9-to-5 job or whatever job you do, coming home from a long day of work and then going on to Yelp, typing in the White Moose Cafe and then giving them a 1-star review because they didn't put your favorite beauty blogger? And for
They
a
tried to
free
kill
room?
your favorite bitch. They tried to fucking kill me.
Like, could you imagine? Like, how? Get a job. Like, are you kidding me? Like, be
Yeah.
booked.
In
Like,
her video, according to this another Jezebel article, because y'all know I love me some Jezebel. In her video,
At this point, they should sponsor
I really
the
need to
damn
stop
podcast.
reading this goddamn site. But anyway, in her video, Darby claims that she had no intention of commenting on the subject until other bloggers reached out to her and asked that she take a stand for them, for us all. She says she's saddened that older people haven't taken the time to educate themselves about the blogging industry and are attacking a baby 22-year-old. So this is like really, that was like Amy Ludkin wrote that. She was having some fun with it. Yeah, it's just interesting that like this person thinks that they're like doing anything of like no
substance.
Yeah, like
Man, what is up with
see,
the...
Nice try,
Well,
Sweaty.
it looks like they're both trash because it looks. I'm reading this thing, these other interviews, and the owner of the hotel, his name is Paul Stenson. He's not very fond of vegans, people suffering from celiac disease, or breastfeeding mothers.
Oh yeah.
In his
What's celiac disease?
I guess they both. Should.
It's like a genetic disorder where you can't eat certain types of foods. Like
was that the thing where it's like, I can't eat gluten?
Yeah. Those are the people that really can't eat, like cannot.
No, I get it. Okay, this is gonna be problematic. Other than the breastfeeding mother thing, I understand why he's annoyed at the other two. However, the disease is real. But like, it's like, could you imagine being like getting this email from this like 22-year-old beauty blogger and then in addition to all that, she's like, oh, by the way, like when I do get my stuff served, I can only have almond milk, and it's not that I can't eat gluten, it's just that I don't like it because it's unhealthy. And he goes, what's gluten? And she's like, it's bad for you. And then he's just like, oh my god, like I get why those things would bother you as a former barista. I can understand why those things would annoy the crap out of you, because low-key vegans kind of annoy me too. Like, I'm trying to enjoy some ribs, you ain't got to tell me about like why I shouldn't be eating ribs. If I know that and I'm still eating them. If I wanted to eat kale and dirt, like garnished with like sea
kale
salt,
goes off, girl. Don't disparage the good name of kale, sweetie.
Okay, go talk to your hamster, not me. So try that. So anyway,
bitch.
Oh.
I'm gonna use it to talk to you after you die, bitch.
Oh, are you gonna kill me? Are you gonna do it?
So
as I thought.
Anyway, moving right along. Real quick, let's not do too much time on this, but y'all, Kanye named this baby Chicago West. Y'all care about that?
I mean, it sounds like the name of a hospital. I mean, I don't really know what else to say.
It sure does, doesn't it? Somebody said that it sounded like a Shonda Rhimes show.
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
I said it sounds like a Shonda Rhimes show that comes on Thursdays at 9. Like,
it really does.
Previously on Chicago West. Like,
Oh god, I can see it now. Like some amazing, great black woman, and then her like mediocre white love interest.
Her name is like Margaret Buffon, and and she's the hospital head, and you know she maybe
Octavia Buffon.
She what?
Octavia Buffon.
Yeah, Miss Buffon. She's like the hospital head, and then she maybe gets in a new nurse that happens to be let's make this juicy. That happens to be a lesbian, and Miss Buffon is really kind of conflicted, and so they're having like a tryst after operations and stuff.
Ooh,
yeah, they're having like a secret, tryst and
tryst.
Like. Wait, am I using that correctly?
I don't know, but I need to.
No, you're using it correctly. I just was saying, I was.
Well, girl, it's a TV pilot. I have to use big words, so
it's just a big word.
Oh, a romantic private endeavor.
How about you let me live, babe? Damn. And anyway, after the first episode is like Miss Buffon like is done with surgery, and she like takes off her wig and like looks in the mirror, and she turns around, and then the new lesbian nurse is there, and then she walks up and kisses her, and then Miss Buffon gets her Buffon played with, and then it cuts to black.
Now this is just
and then it's like
Buffon.
Next time on Chicago West.
This has just become a way for you to use Buffon as much as possible.
But it also became a way for me to make a TV pilot with two black women as the what?
What? Buffon West?
Buffon.
No, Buffon West.
Buffon West.
That's baby number 4, girl.
I was just Buffon sounds like something you like blend in foundation with. Like, I'm gonna take this Buffon and just use this to blend in my Fenty Beauty.
It sounds like the French word for ass, like Buffon.
I'm gonna eat that Buffon.
Give me that Buffon.
Toss this Buffon.
Okay, all right.
My Buffon es fuego.
Girl, give me some toilet paper. I gotta wipe this Buffon.
Oh Lord, no. So Monique calls for a Netflix boycott because of pay disparity between herself and what's that white lady's name?
Amy Schumer.
Yeah. Because I guess Monique was offered $550,000, and Amy Schumer got $13 million. No, it was $500,000, so it was like $500,000. So Monique was offered $500,000, and then Amy Schumer was offered $11 million.
Dang!
And her deal was upped to $13 million. That was after they renegotiated. So
wait. So they were going to
Dave
give her the
Chappelle
$13
and Chris Rock got $20 million. What?
They were going to give. Wait, they're going to give Monique the $13 million?
No, they were going to give Monique $500,000. They gave Amy Schumer. They were going to give Amy Schumer $11 million, but they ended up renegotiating the deal, and she got $13 million. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle got $20 million.
And these for Netflix specials, like stand-up specials?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I don't. First of all,
fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who thinks that Amy Schumer's funny
at all.
Like
I used to think she was funny.
You know what? I will give it that. I thought I did. I gave a good chuckle to a couple of those episodes.
A few,
but like generally speaking, I always just thought I always thought her comedy was very lazy.
Fuck.
And Monique is way funnier. Now, am I going to be boycotting Netflix?
Probably not. Probably
not.
I was just about to say, Monique is absolutely right. But am I really going to get rid of Netflix?
Look, y'all already trying to make me boycott H&M. I got to boycott Chick-fil-A, bitch. Who has the time?
It's like boycott where you're like, I boycott in my tax bracket. So like that's, Netflix is a little bit too integrated
into my life, bitch.
But here's the thing. Monique is absolutely right. Monique is hilarious.
Yes. Way funnier than Amy Schumer.
When I first heard about this, my first reaction was, well, duh, because like Amy Schumer is a whole different level of famous than Monique. But then the more I kept thinking about it, I was like, oh, this is kind of messed up, because when you look at the catalog and the materials, like, and the fact that if Dave Chappelle was getting 20 million, Monique can get that too. Like, because
Monique had a hit show, right? Monique was a stand-up comedian. She was in the Queens of Comedy. Monique got an Oscar for arguably one of the best like acting jobs in decades. So
don't love me.
Like,
bitch, that was my man.
Like, she has the resume. Like, and she's way better than Amy Schumer. There's no reason she should be making as little as she's making.
God.
I think that's what I'm talking about. This whole blackball thing, I think, really messed her up. But she's absolutely right. I just wish the solution that she had was something a little bit more, like, less extreme than boycott Netflix. Because, sis, as many people in your audience Netflix and chills, that ain't happening. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, did Netflix have a response? I don't know. How would they respond to something like that?
Actually,
I don't think they would respond to it.
They're Netflix.
They're just like, hey, we're openly not paying women as much.
Well, Amy Schumer agreed to make less than Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, from what I understand, because she agreed that they were legends or whatever. I don't have a problem with Amy Schumer making significantly less than Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. I have a problem with Monique making significantly less than
them.
Because she's on, like, really, like, Dave Chappelle and Monique, really, like, Dave Chappelle's not, like, anyway, like, Dave, okay, sorry. Woo! Okay. Dave Chappelle is like a lazy, like, he's so lazy now, and most of his jokes are about trans people and gay people and how gross they are. He offends. That's his thing now. He's offensive, and that's where he gets his laughs. He was thought provoking on the Dave Chappelle show, but not anymore. And I think the fact that Monique is not getting what she's due is fucked up. Like, there's no reason she shouldn't be making at least close to what they're making. Like, if not the same amount.
They couldn't even give her $1 million. They gave her $500,000.
They didn't even give her $1 million. They were like
how y'all gonna produce Bright, that flop, and it cost $90 million, but then not give Monique what's owed? Like,
yeah.
And
Give
on top
her
of that,
her
when's the
things.
last time Dave Chappelle has done anything other than the Netflix special that you heard was relevant? Like, Monique has an Oscar. Like, so they need to figure. Maybe I'll boycott the comedy section on Netflix. How about that?
That I can
don't
do.
watch that
I'm with
anyway.
you right there. I'm right along with you.
Right.
Boycott
that makes more
Netflix
sense.
comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was already boycotting, so I guess it's not going to be very difficult to continue.
You doing it? You're great then, sis. Stand in that.
I mean,
Stand
I
on
like
your
to watch the
activism.
stand-up section.
I
of
was
Netflix.
I was curious to watch Chris Rock. I don't watch Dave Chappelle because, again, I think he's very lazy, and I think he only talks about the trans and gay stuff because he knows that it's going to get a reaction out of people, and otherwise, I don't think he would be that like interesting or thought provoking. I don't think he has anything new to say that he hasn't already said on his show. So I think that like a lot of the people give him like a lot for the Dave Chappelle show, but I'm like high key over it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, let's get into this homophobia. In the music industry.
Oof.
So
do it.
Offset of the Migos, the least known of the Migos. Well, I guess his fame is kind of, you know what? Dating Cardi B has really shot him up in fame because, like, wasn't nobody really talking about Offset like that before.
They were talking about
Quavo.
what's his name?
They were talking about Quavo.
Yeah, what's the other one's name?
I
It's
don't even
Quavo,
know.
Offset, and Dipset?
Takeoff.
Takeoff.
Yeah.
That's a terrible name because you haven't taken off. But okay.
Yeah. So in his verse on Boss Life, the song Boss Life, he said, "I cannot vibe with queers." He said that he was not using it queer as a homophobic slur. He said that he had looked it up and it meant something different or I forgot. What was his bullshit ass excuse for it?
He looked
Said
it
something
up.
like it meant weird. Like
Yeah, because queer it was the initial definition of it was like strange or unusual, but that's also why it caught on with straight people in terms of referring to gay people. So of course our girl Cardi had to come out and say something, and she said, and I quote, and this is on Billboard if y'all want to look it up. I mean, I'm sure it's everywhere now. I'm not gonna let somebody call him homophobic when I know that he's not. And I'm saying this because I've seen him around gays, and he treats them with the same respect he treats everybody. He never acts uncomfortable, and he just don't care. She said, it has a different vocabulary in the dictionary. Now, that's a word that you guys say that it's a bad word for gays. I never even heard that word in the first place. Why don't y'all educate people about it? A lot of people are not aware about what's wrong or right in the LGBT community. Why don't we do things to educate instead of bashing and trying to label something that they not? So keep in mind that our girl Cardi, who we love her, girl. We love you, girl. But
wait, was that the full? That's what she said.
That's what Cardi said. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I read something completely different. Okay.
So she said. I mean, there might be more. This is what I'm seeing on Billboard.
So
no, I read that the T word was used.
No, well, yeah, so she did use the T word, but that was last year.
Yeah.
And so
okay.
Yeah.
And her response to that was, I did not know that word was bad because trans people use it. Let's not front like they don't.
Mm-hmm. So this is your response to being educated, sis. So as you can see, people have attempted to educate you and you didn't care. Clearly, because you didn't care enough to like, you know what I mean? And then Offset has already gotten, like, I don't know about him specifically, but the Migos got called out for the McConan thing that they said, was it last year or the year before that? Where they said that he needed to stop fronting about trapping and selling drugs because he was gay. And gay people, apparently liking men and being a man somehow prevents you from selling drugs to people. I don't know, but that's their logic. And they got chewed out for it. So like to act like
gay people don't sell drugs.
Right? Like I've never in my life I've never heard of gay people selling drugs.
I've never bought drugs from a gay person. Oh my god!
I've definitely never seen people sell drugs at the Abbey and then snort coke off the bathroom toilet seat. It's never happened.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
They definitely don't sell it to you in the bathhouse. Like,
what's a circuit party?
You know?
What's that?
What circuit party? Snorting coke off each other's dicks? What?
What?
Taking
Who said that?
What? I don't even know how you take GHB. I was gonna say something. Say like taking. I don't know. I was gonna try to describe how you take it, but I don't know how you take it. Do you?
You guys are so cute. I was actually listening to that episode. You guys were talking about Special K cereal, and and you're like, "How do you do K?" And I'm like laughing in my car. I'm like, "Oh, sillies."
Oh, sweeties.
Oh man.
Yeah, I just feel like I said this on Twitter. I just feel like Cardi is that girl that like. She calls you her friend, but when her boyfriend calls you a faggot, she just is like, "Oh, don't mind him. He's just playing."
God, it just so upsets me that that's how she's gonna defend using the T word. Like they use it, so I didn't know. Like, well, you know,
But hasn't she apologized for that?
Well, that was her apology.
I felt like I remember her saying more than that.
No, she definitely has said more than
I
that.
thought she apologized.
She's apologized for the first thing for sure. But that doesn't like erase the fact that she did it. It's just more like with this situation, I feel like I want her to succeed so bad. I really do. But I miss when they had artist development, when they took you through the steps of like when to shut up and like she needs to leave. Like she just needs to leave. I get what she's trying to say. I really do get what she's trying to say, but that's not the right. Like I think if she said something to the effect, first of all, if I was her, I would have shut up because
like there has to be a queer person on her PR team or somebody on her team. Just call them in and be like, "Hey, what do you think I should say about this?" Not like, "I didn't know." Like
her point.
It's about her being raw. Like we said this last time we talked about like the her clapping back at people for bringing up the trans slur. It's about like that's her persona is that she's real. She's Cardi. She's always just being herself and popping off at the mouth and saying whatever comes to mind. And that's her brand. But I don't know, like I think that can like definitely run her into the ground. Like people love you now because you're rising up, but like girl, when people get tired of you, like that mouth is gonna get you in trouble.
It's not sustainable. She has to learn when to not say things because it's kind of like we were saying before, like you have to learn when to respond, when not to respond. And I think she's not used to fame. So it's getting to her head. And so she's saying all of this stuff. The issue here is, I think what she was trying to say is that where she's from, they don't teach you words like that and you don't know what that means. However, there is Google and you know queer people around you. And the moment that was said, you should have done your research before you decided to say anything. What you should have did was left him, and that would have been a great PR move. Like,
because I think she could do
that's
something
a money
better.
move.
If we're being real.
But why did she have to come to run to his defense? Like the main story is it's Offset is the one that said it, not her.
Because he's her man.
Because she's a hood nigga and that's what they do, but she didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
That's just how that works. But it's wrong.
Definitely.
And
I'm not defending it at all.
I know. I just feel kind of bad that like this is a story about Cardi B when it's like it. I know that she's defending it, but he's the one that said it. Why aren't they interviewing him more and like trying to get an apology out of him?
Oh no, definitely.
Hood rats are in love,
fuck him. Fuck Offset. I don't really have it. He doesn't like. I listened to that song that he had with Tinashe. I didn't care for it. And I don't really care for most of the things that I hear coming from him. So,
I don't know. Yeah, just I didn't know.
I know you loved this, girl. I know you loved it. I know you were standing on Twitter about it, but I just was underwhelmed, as I am generally. When it comes to
it's like the universe doesn't want Tinashe to win. It's like
didn't that song drop like
literally the day he posted that apology in which he spelled definition with an I, DIFINITION. When the day that he posted that is the same day that the song came out, and I was like,
in the video, ooh,
like,
why? I just don't think it's meant to be. I think maybe she should go be like a dance coach or like a
Lorianne Gibson.
Become like do Beyonce's choreography or something. Like be a songwriter, maybe go the SZA route and like try to come back later. But right now,
this is her coming back later.
I just don't think it's her time, Tinashe. You know what? I love Night Ride. Like I loved a bunch of songs off of Night Ride and. It was cute, but like there's something that's just missing, and I don't. it's just I think it's that it factor, and I can't think of any other way of describing it. There's something missing. If she has it, why isn't she popping? She's been doing this for years.
This hurts my heart.
It's the people who run, the music industry. They get to decide.
John, can I ask you a question? Did you buy the new single? Did you buy her music?
Well,
I didn't even
that's
stream
the
it.
issue.
I didn't even stream it.
To be fair, I don't buy anyone's music, so
you pirated Lemonade is what you're saying?
I don't have Lemonade.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. See,
that's
you
worse.
Just called,
That's worse.
Babe, did you hear him just call us niggers? Like
I did. I sure did. Did you? What?
Did he
it
just
was
crack
nice
a whip?
being a trash bag.
Did I just hear you crack a whip, John?
What was that? He
Did
said,
you just call yourself
cotton.
a slave master?
Oh my god.
Are you an Iggy Azalea fan?
He said, pick that cotton down low. I said, oh, okay. What was that?
Look, you guys, I don't even have
what else can you expect from a Gaga fan?
Like, I don't...
Sweetie, it's not on Spotify.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even pay for Spotify, so I don't pay for any music.
Well, girl.
Wow.
Okay.
I just stream like on YouTube and stuff.
John over here talking about support black artists, but
hey, I did go to her. I did see her live with you guys.
That's where we met. But you didn't even buy the music.
Well, y'all keep debating about when y'all met, so I don't know. But anyway, back to Tinashe. Girl, I don't know if she needs a better team. I don't know if she needs to just go independent away from all of this industry shit. I don't know what's happening. But I just saw her in that video. I saw her in that video, and I was just like, this song is not it. It's just not going to pop. But you know what? Shouldn't be the best judge of character with that, because I could not believe that Camila Cabello's album went to like number 1 in a lot of countries streaming.
I know, isn't that crazy?
That album is not great.
Like I listened to it and I was like, okay, this is beautiful gowns.
Right, beautiful. I mean, I love the album cover. She looks amazing in it. She's giving us deja vu, Beyonce deja vu with that hair.
There's some nice blue shadows and tones, and the color gradient is really nice.
Like I love that Heat perfume commercial. I see she's very inspired by Beyonce with that that fuzzy, that fuzzy tropical jungle look that she's going for.
Fever.
Is it Fever or Heat? It's Heat, right?
I know, but Fever's the song they use. It's both actually. Yeah.
So I mean that shook me to my core. So I saw this thing on Twitter, and it's like, Camila Cabello is shocked that her album went number 1, and I'm like, girl, me too. The fuck?
I just love that you call Cabello.
Huh?
Is it Cabello?
Camila Cabello?
Wow.
Jesus said, "Not my Bible."
Carmelo Anthony's little sister, Camila.
Bye.
Yeah, I didn't see it for that, but anyway, shout out to Laverne Cox for being the first trans woman on the Cosmopolitan cover. Isn't it South Africa?
Oh, I don't know, but she did what? That.
Let me see. Yeah, Cosmopolitan, South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, she looks amazing on the cover. Like, yes, at this B-Day era bodysuit that she's rocking.
She looks so good.
B-Day's out here inspiring all the girls. Like Camila's album cover, Laverne.
Right? Yes. I mean, the Super Bowl performance wig that she has on, yes.
Yes. What is that called? Impact. And what does your fave do? Will your fave have that? Never.
Like, low impact?
Fuck Vice for trying to shield their fucking their Vice swag during the Women's March, when y'all are still being investigated for all of the violations that y'all have against the women employees, the women that were employed by you, and y'all out here trying to sell I vote humanity and I vote diversity and women don't forget. Well, yeah, damn well they don't forget. They're not gonna forget the shit y'all did to them.
You know who else don't forget? The judge, and he'll see you too.
So fuck that. Shout out to Halsey. I'm surprised that I'm doing this, but shout out to Halsey.
I'm surprised too, Baze. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, she did a poem. She performed a poem at the Women's March, and it's very long, and I just don't think we have the time to go over it.
We're at 48 minutes, so absolutely not.
She did that. Like,
Yeah, I
would
would say to watch, because I was very like, who cares about Halsey, right? But then I watched the video,
and then I watched the video, and I was like, oh, Halsey,
yeah,
I love her.
I watched that poem, and I was like, wait, that was not bad, not half bad.
That was great. I mean, that poem was Anyway, it brought tears to my eyes.
Wow, Halsey making you feel things.
I think go that far, but
Halsey brought tears to my eyes. That might be the first time that sentence has ever been uttered in human history. I might have to go look at this now.
Viola Davis gave her speech, and of course it was powerful. You just always know. Like, I don't even have to say nothing about it. You just know that Viola gave a speech, and it was powerful. I think that's going to be it for the minutes of the color.
Oh.
And what?
Oh, I just wanted to make a comment. So me and my girl Audrey were at the Women's March, and we're carrying the trans flag, which was, I think, was important because we needed some visibility. But then they were like, because we were standing on top of this wall, so we were pretty visible, like higher above the rest of the crowd. And then I saw all these looks looking at our flag, and then like they would look and then tilt their head. I'm like, oh my god, that's the look of confusion. Like, they don't even know what this is, right? Because I'm just like, because first I was disappointed that there was not that many trans flags that I saw. And then like 4 different people, you can all guess what their ethnicity was, but ask us, what flag is that? They're like, what is that? I'm just like, you guys, this is the trans flag. And I get that. I guess I live in my queer bubble, and that we live in this queer bubble, but it really made me sad that some folks didn't know what that was. And then, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's this photo of this woman wearing a pink hat. It's not in LA. I'm pretty sure it's in somewhere in Canada. But during their Women's March, there were signs saying that trans women aren't real women, and it's just like men performing. And I'm just like, why can't, I don't know. It was just really disappointing this year as far as like trans visibility in the crowds.
I'm sorry, John, and I'm sorry to everyone that is affected by that. And the Women's March is honestly just, I'm not going to say that because it's not my place to say that. What I will say, John, to add on to that is when I was at work, there was someone who was going to the Women's March, and she was like wearing the hat, and she came into my job, and she had said, she was like, after I come from the march, I'm going to go watch Bill Maher. Uh-huh. And I said, why? I said, I don't really like him. And she goes, why don't you like him? And I go, well, he's Islamophobic. And like, and then she said, but he does have valid points. Like, why do a lot of people from like Islam, like, are violent? And I said, why are a lot of Christians violent? And she said, well, you're right, but he's just pointing out that one. And I go, well, he needs to point out the one that matters. So, and it just seems like everyone I talk to, that I'll say white women specifically that talk about the Women's March, don't. Actually, that's a topic for another day. We're rolling long. Yeah.
But TERFs need to shut up. That's all.
All right, you all. That's gonna be it for minutes of color, and we will be back.
Turn. Clap.
Back.
Boom. Clap the sound of my heart.
Absolutely not. And we're back with the discourse.
Boom. Clap.
Discourse. The discourse.
Come on to me. I know Rini is out there listening, and I know he'll appreciate that.
Rini, we miss you.
That's how we communicate with him. We just randomly out and about, we sing Charlie XCX. He hears it.
Who is we?
Just sing a Charlie XCX song and Renee will hear it.
Don't send it to podcastthecolor@gmail.com. I can tell you that much.
Renee's QOC, Queen of Color. So we're here with the discourse, with the discuss. I guess I should go back to my French accent, so I will do that. So today, we will ask you all the people, but we will also ask ourselves, have you ever been afraid to ask for some things that you need? And how did how did you overcome it? Merci.
Wait, did you say merci or messy?
Both. Merci, Messy Beach.
That's the episode title.
Merci, Messy Bitch.
Yes.
So asking for something that
are you afraid to ask for what the things that you need, the things you require? Sometimes it could be something as simple as like asking, knowing your worth and asking for a raise at work, or
wait, that was mine.
Oh, okay. Or it could be,
just
asking for something that
help.
you need from a boyfriend, or asking for something that you need from a friend,
or for them to go slower. It's
wow. To go
that's a struggle for some people, because sometimes they just be sitting there like, oh my god, like, and they just,
You know what? So okay, look. So I'm just gonna put it out there. I gotta dig down today, and
yes.
and I was like, you know what? I posted this on Tumblr. I was like, my ass was like, you know what I've had, and I said to myself, and I was like, what? And then my ass was like,
Enough.
huh? Wait, I ruined it. Okay, let me start over. I'm gonna start over. Okay, so my ass was like, you know what I've had? And I was like, it? And my asshole was like, it. I've had it. That was my joke, and you know what? I ruined it, but it's okay, because I powered through it.
I said what I said. I twote what I twote.
No, but get it, Biz? You powered through it, and
I did. I powered through it.
your ass powered through it as well.
Roses are red. This is a quote. I said what I said. I twote what I twote.
Oh, wow. I didn't...
Halsey who?
I think Harriet Tubman said that, didn't she? The great Harriet Tubman. I
She
twote
did.
what I twote. I think they have it on her statue in Harlem.
It was
Her
on
statue. They put the pussy hat on it.
It was on the side of the Underground Railroad when it came to pick people up.
I twote what I twote.
When the announcer was like, step back from the yellow line and the slaves got on, when the train pulled up, it just said, I twote what I twote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did the Freedom Walk in Boston, and there's a statue, and on it says, all y'all fellas pop your pussies like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
queer history. Yeah, so I don't know, like, what have you ever been afraid to ask? I mean, I said it. I said what I said. So what did y'all think? What did y'all have to say about that?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm going to have the most boring generic answer for one. So I think that what I struggle with is I struggle to ask for a lot of stuff. Like, I struggle to ask for help, as y'all know. I struggle to ask for help at work. But the main thing that I want to talk about is when I got my raise at work, I should have gotten it a long time ago. And honestly, I still need a raise. Like, I actually want to ask for a $20,000 raise, but that's not going to happen. But it's because I think sometimes, like, for me, I have kind of like this internalized thing where sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be asking for it because I don't feel like I deserve it. It's almost kind of like when I started charging for photo shoots and stuff like that, I would undercharge myself all the time because I would think, well, what if I mess up, or what if I'm this, or what if it's not good enough, or whatever, or what if it's not something. And it's always like this voice in my head that goes, oh, well, you don't deserve it. You shouldn't get it. And so it's like that's a self-sabotage thing. But what I'm trying to do this year is not only to learn to ask for things, but also when to say no, and when to know when it's okay to, I guess the theme of the episode has been like knowing when to shut up and knowing when to talk about things. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I know when I did ask for my raise, I asked for it when I did something that kind of garnered I can speak garnered it, and
it's okay, girl.
We've all struggling. Yeah, when John called us niggers earlier, that just shook me up. And
did I say
I'm
that?
Still triggered, girl.
I'm
still triggered.
Too much. But yeah, so like that was it. And then the other thing is so we had this art show at my job, and like I curated it or whatever, and asking for that was scary too, because I didn't know how they would react, because not all of the people that I work with are how do I say this in a way that's are like-minded like us, and so, or think how we think. And so I remember I was really scared to put the word race in the press release. And when I presented it, like, I got shut down by a few people. And then I kind of had to think, and so to tie it all together with like how we kind of deal with it, what I ended up doing was I just had to tell myself, you know, it's not if whether or not you deserve this, is whether or not you want to do it. And if you feel that it's something that you want to do. So whether or not I deserve the raise or whether or not I felt like I deserved to do this project, it was something I was willing to put the work for. And I think sometimes the word we deserve something is kind of used as a defense mechanism, or it's kind of used to kind of oppress people sometimes, because you may deserve something you may think you don't deserve because of the standards of like what that means. So for example, like if I'm really good at something and I think I should get, you know, more money or something like that. If, like, for example, if you're a woman and you think you need to get paid more because you do a really good job, but you kind of have that self-doubt, it's not because you aren't good at what you do. It's because society kind of subconsciously teaches you that as a woman you shouldn't be getting more. And so, like, that's kind of what I was doing because I thought, because I'm younger and because I'm black and I'm not like this older white woman or white man who wears a suit, that I didn't deserve to get more. And I absolutely do. So I kind of bit the bullet and did it. And I got my raise. Was it a lot? No, but it was a raise. Do I need to take my own advice and do it again this week? Yes. Will I? To be continued on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it, but that's kind of what I do have to say. So I twat what I twat.
You tweeted what you tweet?
You know, we just had a moment, and then you just had to come in and just... I'm kidding, John. I love you. Wait, I love you. You're my friend. I just want you to know that.
Got it.
Wow, no, you too, sis. Or okay, I see you.
Baze, did you want to?
The erase. I'm trying. I guess I'm trying to actually think about when I like. You know what I think my issue is actually that I don't communicate what I need. Like I like expect. I hate to ask for things that I need, and I like hope that people get it, and if they don't, I'm like annoyed. And so like one thing I feel like I always have to do is I have to be the like one to like, in terms of like making friends, I feel like I have to be the one to like reach out to people, because people like never initiate with me. So I guess I overcome it by just doing it anyway, because I'm like, bitch, if I don't reach out to people, nobody will want to talk to me. And then in terms of like communicating my needs, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting much better. I've gotten much better at it because I think like especially early in my relationship, I would just be like mad as hell all the time. Not all the time, but I would just be mad because I was like, why does Mark just not know exactly what I need right now? Like he should just know that this is what I need. And I dreaded having to sit there and have that conversation with him. And just, but he's not a mind reader. No, of course. And I had to like get over that and be like, well, this is what I fucking need right now. And so you know, at that point, like if I get upset, then obviously, like, you know, then it's like I have a reason to be upset. I have a right to be upset. But if people don't know your needs, they can't give you what you need. I had the word for it, and it's gone now. But yeah, that's something I just had to kind of overcome, and I had to get to a point where I had to become comfortable with that discomfort, because otherwise I would just continuously be upset, and I don't like being upset. I like being happy, and communicating and open communication at all times is more likely to give you happiness as a result. So yeah.
So you like to be open at all times?
Try to. Oh Oh Jesus! I do try to be more open and more communicative about my needs, and not just with my relationship, but just with any relationship or anybody that I know. I try to be like, these are the things that I like, or these are the things that I'm not cool with. This is what I need for you. Like, one thing, when I'm pissed off, I don't want people in my face, and I need for you to back the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I need. Is I need people to stay away from me when I'm in a bad mood. I need to not be talking to anybody. Whereas some people are like, I'm upset, I need people around me, and I need comfort, and I need love. I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I need you to get away from me. I need time to myself.
Baze, why do you feel like why is it hard for you to ask? Like, why do you feel like that is?
I guess I just feel like, I don't know, there's like this part of me that and it's irrational, but it feels like me having to verbalize it is like, it's uncomfortable for me. One, it just feels like very uncomfortable. Like, I feel like awkward having to say, like, express my feelings to people. I feel like I'm being super confrontational, and I feel like I think part of it is because I'm concerned about how people feel towards me. I'm upset, but I want to let you know that I'm upset, but I don't want you to be upset with me. So it's just like, I feel like I'm being super confrontational, which is easy for me with strangers. Like, you know, be in my space and bump into me and I can cuss you out right then and there. But like, when it comes to people that like I know and people that are in my life and that I like and I love, it's a little bit harder for me to communicate that because I feel like I'm being confrontational. I feel like I'm critiquing the way that they interact with me. And I think for years I struggled. And one of my closest friends, we backpacked and we were I've told the story a million times. We were at each other's throats by the end of the trip because I refused to communicate my needs to her until I blew up, and then I definitely communicated them, but in a very unhealthy and unproductive way.
Yeah.
So like, I think that taught me to like say what I feel, because those feelings, the things that you need, and if you need something from someone and you're not getting it, and you have to be around them continuously, it's not gonna go away. It's just gonna build up until you're like resenting the fuck out of them, and then you don't even like the person anymore. No. So it's just like, it ruins. I think when you're not communicating, and I think when you're not saying what you need, you end up ruining relationships. You build resentment, and so I learned that I didn't want to have that in my relationships, and I realized that like I needed to be open and talk about the things that I have. So like, you know, the other day, for example, at work, there's this white girl that I'm really cool with at my job, and she's great, and I love her, like, and we talk about things all the time, and like we talk about like race, and we talk about politics and everything, and like she stumbles a little bit, but like we, like, you know, from time to time, but like she's a white girl, like, you know, that's what white people do.
Like, duh.
That's what everybody does. We all have problematic views or whatever, and we all are sometimes blind to things that don't affect us. And so like, when I'm interacting with white people, I expect that because they're not black. Right. They're not going to have my experience. Right. And so, and I'm not a woman, so I don't, you know, there are things that she experiences that I'll never understand. But I forgot what the interaction was, but she touched my hair without asking me. Oh. And later that day, and I didn't say anything because immediately I felt horrible. Like, I don't know what it was, but it made me feel so like dehumanized. I was just like, I don't like this. Like, the idea of someone just grabbing at me and touching my body without like my permission, any part of my body, it just is very dehumanizing. And especially the way that white people do it, like it's like you're a farm animal.
Oh no.
And so I know that was not her intention, but that's how I felt after she did it. And a few minutes later, we were talking. I forgot what we were talking about, and I was complaining about another coworker that I hate, and he was touching me and being weird, and I didn't like it. And she was like, "Oh well, you know, I'm sorry. You know, let me know if I ever do anything like that." And I was like, "Well, now that you mention it, because this was my perfect end," and I was like, "Now that you mention it, I wasn't really cool with you touching my hair like that." Like, and she was like, she apologized. I was like, it's like not even that you touched my hair, and I actually don't mind like people that I like and I know touching me. It's just that you didn't ask permission, and so it made me feel like I didn't have the right to say no. Like you took that option away from me by just grabbing my hair, whatever. Right. And so I explained that to her, and she was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. She was apologetic, and we moved forward. And I think that part of my fear is, sorry, that's something that I really cannot control. Part of my fear, I think, is based in the fact that I growing up, like, I had such flighty friends, and like friends that would like stop talking to me for like anything, that I never felt like I could really communicate what I needed from people without scaring them away.
Because you didn't want to risk it.
Right.
Exactly. I didn't feel like I could have a confrontation with someone and then, we're still going to have a relationship after this. Like, I still, even to this day, the back of my head, I feel like when I'm addressing something with somebody, I feel like that's it. This person's not going to want to talk to me anymore.
Right. Oof. I asked you that, Bates, because the thing is, like, you're not scared to be confrontational, but that was actually really funny. So I was wondering, like, because it sounds like it's not even the fact that it's the confrontation that scares you, it's the fact of you losing the person. Because I know it's with strangers, you're a lot more able to do it. Like, don't touch me.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, John, it's your time.
Yeah, I wanted to read something that I saw online regarding this relationship part. So it says, before you get mad at your partner for not doing what you expect them to do, stop and ask yourself, have I ever communicated it to them that I have this expectation? If you haven't, it's unfair to expect them to read your mind. And I thought that was really important because it goes on to say that so many arguments are saved by just opening your mouth. Your soulmate isn't someone that just knows what you need all the time. Your soulmate is the person who hears what you need and thinks, I have no problem doing this because I love this person. And then it goes on to say, like, closed mouths don't get fed, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's really important because, I think, like, using Bass, for example, like, I was the same way in my past relationships. I was just like, you should already know this makes me upset. But that's really unfair to ask or expect of someone. Like, and I think once you communicate it, and I think, like, I used to make up these arguments in my head before they actually even happened. And then actually,
and then be mad.
I mean? Yeah, and then I would be mad and, like, I'd have these, like, fictional fights in my head. But then,
first of all, how dare you, bitch?
Yeah, and then, like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm so glad I said that, but I never actually said it,
Yeah.
And then, and then when I do say it to my partners, like, it was a lot easier, if you just communicate it. And I think, like, and I use your backpacking trip example again, like, maybe if we didn't just hold it in all the time, if we just said it when it first bugged us, and then instead of, like, releasing it out in one huge, like, argument, then that would save us a lot of fights and, like, drama and emotion. And so I think we need to think about our expectations of folks and how it's unfair to just expect people to know everything about us, because they don't. And it's the same way we don't know everything about other people too. Like, I need to ask folks, like, do you need help? And I know that, like, because there are a lot of folks who are shy, or they're, they don't want to say anything, but when you ask them, it means the world to some people. And so we could do the same for them, like we want from them too.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to talk about it in the workplace. So as you guys know, I have a new job, and, like, my anxiety is, like, through the roof Monday through Friday.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And I feel like I have imposter syndrome. I'm working with, like, the best medical professionals, these, like, amazing doctors and nurses, and, like, here I am from a community, like, I didn't go to a university, I didn't go to a prestigious school and have a certain degree, and so I feel like I'm walking around this, this hospital that has a lot of prestige, and I'm just like, I feel like I don't belong there. And a lot of it is just like, I'm just, like, walking around like, come on, just fake it till you make it, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of that anxiety is stuff that I bring upon myself. And like I'm making up all these scenarios in my head, and like I'm too scared to ask the other nurses, and I'm too scared to ask the other doctors like for help, because I don't want to look dumb in front of all these people, you know, and we're taking care of these, we're trying to save lives here, and here I am like asking a dumb question. But at the same time, like friends are reminding me, like you guys and Renee, they're just like, you know, they wouldn't have hired you if they didn't think that you could do the job. So there's that, you know, so I have to get that through my head. So if folks are thinking about that, I hope you can get that through your head as well, is that you were hired because somebody thought you could do it. And, you know, when you do ask for help, you know, the bottom line is like, I don't want to lose my job either. So a lot of the thought process is I'm too prideful to ask for help. But the consequence is if I don't ask for help and I do something wrong and I fuck up, then, you know, then I'm fired, you know, then I lose my job, then I lose my source of income and blah, blah, blah. So it's either I get over it and ask for help and do it the right way, you know, like I'd rather look dumb than put someone's life in danger, if that makes, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what helps me overcome my pride sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, John, you're ditzy, and you say some shit. You do. You say some shit. You say some dumb shit. But you're not a dumb person. You're just like I've never ever thought you were dumb. You're not a dumb person. You know what you're doing. You're a great nurse. You're a great girl, the shit the knowledge you be dropping on us all the time. Well, bitch, did you get your test done? Did you know this and that and osteoporosis and calcium? And I don't know. Like, bitch, you always be coming through with the health facts. So, I mean, there's a reason I call you Nurse Betty. You're not dumb. Like, you know what the fuck you're doing. And obviously, like, I mean, again, like you just said, like, obviously they hired you because they knew you were capable of doing the job that they hired you for. So,
right.
And part of the job too, John, is to be relatable to people and like is to make patients feel comfortable. And I know that you do that. And I've seen. Well, maybe I shouldn't say I've seen how you talk to patients, but I know. I know your patient doctor dynamic, and I know that people feel comfortable with you. So, you know, don't feel like you're not qualified for the job, because you absolutely are qualified for the job. And even if you weren't, that doesn't take away from the person that you are and the job that you're doing and the fact that you're willing to learn more, you know? Yeah,
thank you. So that, I mean, that's the thing. So I'm still learning, and I hope, you know, other people who are listening learn too, is that like a lot of it is just ourselves, you know? And I'm learning that about me. A lot of it is just me like getting down on myself. But then when I finally get over it and I ask for help, I get this huge sigh of relief. Like, that wasn't that bad. And these people, there's a few folks here I can actually ask for help, and they will genuinely help me. Because I have come across some medical professionals who are like, you know, you should already know this answer. And like, what are you doing here if you're not prepared? And I've had that happen to me at other hospitals. But like, I would rather, you know, as traumatizing as that response is, I would rather go through that than like the consequences could be worse, is like administering the wrong medications or like just doing the wrong thing in general. So I don't know, like asking for help, communicating your needs, closed mouths don't get fed, blah, blah, blah. So there it is. That's all I have to say.
All right. So do we have any closing comments, or are we good?
Yeah, I think we're good. Let's get to Mellow Color.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, messy bitches.
Welcome back.
So we're back with the Mellow Color. And let's just jump on into this because we want to be out of here because I'm tired and it's 11:54 p.m. So from Declan. Oh, okay. I'm just always a little surprised when we get a white who writes us in.
Are we sure that he's white? Oh, I guess his name is
So.
Declan.
I'm looking at his picture, and I mean, it's really small. I can't get a bigger picture.
Oh, I know who Declan is.
His beard is red.
Oh, I know who this is.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Are they white?
So he said,
Yeah, they're
yes.
white.
So Declan says, "Dear Trashbags, greeting from New Orleans. I listen to you guys literally every week, and I eagerly await each new episode. Not only is your show an invaluable source of perspectives and information that I, as a white, he says white, so there we go. I had just read, I would have known.
There we have it.
Queer may not otherwise be exposed to, but y'all are like a surrogate crew for a queer who's yet to find his gay family. Extremely embarrassing side note, I recently almost referenced something said on the podcast with my friend. Yikes. With my friend said. Oh, got it.
He was talking about us.
We were your friends. Okay, I was like, wait, what? Your genuine friendships shine through the show, and the love and respect y'all have for each other is palpable. Plus, all of y'all have the most infectious laughs and well-timed quips. I literally gay gasp and clutch my pearls every episode. And all the way from New Orleans. I really want to go to New Orleans. I really want to go. I've never been, and everybody I know who's gone is said it's amazing. And I guess you see Solange all the time, so I'm down for it.
True.
I'd love to give a shout out to my friends Rachel and Chris. Big thanks for encouraging introspection, investing your time and energy, and of course for all the laughs. With much love and appreciation, Declan. When it comes to costume dramas, period pieces, and glamorous old films, I think Baze and I are kindred spirits. I feel certain he can do a clipped mid-Atlantic accent. I sure can, darling. It's me. It's me, Baze. Baze T. White. All the way here from mid-Atlantic.
No.
Wow.
No.
That accent just called me a jigaboo.
Oh.
It sure did. You are, because you're a nigga. And you always will be.
Wow.
Woo! Okay.
Who is that?
Wow.
So, from this person, I won't say their name yet. They said, first of all, I love the podcast. They give us a lot of praise. Thank you for the praise. Oh, they said we can say their name. So their name is Byron, and I am a 27-year-old Afro-Latinx faggot who embraces loneliness.
Come
Because
on,
I have
loneliness.
Living in Long Beach, I've had the exciting moments to have met Renee at DTLA Pride.
Come on, Long
Drunk
Beach.
And just said, hey,
Ew.
I like your podcast, and walked away. Not Long Beach. Okay, girl. I'm
Yes.
gonna like you despite
Next
that.
letter.
I'm gonna like you despite that.
Hey.
John, I met John at Outfest, the closing reception party.
Yes.
Sadly, I haven't had the privilege of meeting Rakeem or Baze, but I follow all y'all on social media and appreciate the work y'all do, especially
If you in
Rakeem's
Long-
amazing art.
Oh,
Come through, art.
Thank you. I was just
Also,
about
I
to
work
shade
at a
you, but thank
library.
you.
Also, I work at a library and waiting to get Mark's book ready to add to our collection.
What?
Okay, now to something that I want
Oh.
to share. Last week, y'all talked about the amazing article Love is Killing Us, and I wanted to share the experience of my loneliness. In many ways, as a black, thin, male-identified androgynous person, I have pretty privilege. But rarely is that experienced through intimate partnerships. I'm a horny hoe who strives for the life that doesn't, but doesn't because I don't. Like some of us fit the ideal black body. True, I get that. But I do experience it through my friendships. I have very attractive friends, women, men, GNC, trans folks, and even with that, I deal with a lot of loneliness, especially in intimacy.
Huh.
Most of my friends have multiple partners, and I see them living in a way that I can only dream of. I'm leaning this thought towards Renee. We have a similar perspective on life and experiences when it comes to friendships. Coming from the punk radical community myself, I understand the strength in friends, that power of community, that love that can be received in that safe space. But I also know how painful it can be. Just like intimate partnerships, dealing with forms of abuse, manipulation, disappointment, to name a few. When I hear you speak so highly of friendships being in many ways more valuable than romantic relationships, I feel uneasy because for me, as someone who has had very meaningful friendships, the only people who have broken my heart are my friends.
Oh my
Now,
god.
I seek romantic partnerships more than friendships because friends are triggering. I guess I just wanted to throw this alternative view of seeking a partner, not for class, status, or even a traditional sense, but from a they use ovens today. From a perspective that maybe it's the only light for some people because family and friends haven't been that solid foundation. I'm trying to keep this thought short, which it's not, but hopefully it makes sense. Thank you.
It does make
No,
sense.
that totally made
sense. I
Yeah.
feel so bad. That sounds so sad.
I get that. I mean, I talked about that a little bit in the discourse today. That for years, people that I counted on as friends disappointing me, and how it just that was the heartbreak for me. It was not guys. It was just my friends.
Yeah, we're sorry. Renee's not here to answer that, but
Yeah,
we'll relay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Renee will be able to speak more on that on the next episode.
Yeah.
But I don't even know. What do you guys have to say about?
Well, I don't think it's something where we need to respond. It's just more like, you know, I get. Like, it's not a question. It's just we get it. Yeah.
I'm trying to run through these so we don't have like these backed up for like weeks.
Well, we hear you. Stay safe out there, and I hope no one else lets you down.
If they do, let me know. I'll shank them. But if you expect to see me in Long Beach, it's not gonna happen.
Right? You don't ever catch me slipping.
I'll be there sometime.
I'll be there.
Yeah. If you have people that are messing with you outside of Long Beach, I got you.
I'll be there. Just call my name, and I'll be there.
Okay, vocals.
Okay.
Hey, Trashbags, my name's Orlando, or Ollie, and I'm really excited to be sending y'all something. LOL, I took a minute to shake off the nerves.
Oh.
Wait, did I?
We just talked about not being afraid to just speak up. So thank you for speaking up.
Yeah, we did. Isn't this the person that like they dedicated someone else honey roasted them and they dedicated their honey roast to someone else?
Oh yeah. Oh, we did do this one. We do this one.
This is it.
This is
this is my bad.
This is us.
Okay, Orlando, we love you, girl.
This is it. It's you again.
It's me again, bitch. Have you guys seen that video, Cardi? Sorry, not to bring up problematic Cardi, but did y'all see that video? It's like this looping video, and it's like, "Hello again, bitch. Hello again, bitch. Hello again, bitch," and it's Cardi B.
No.
No? Okay, I'm gonna send it to y'all. It's funny. Anyway,
Oh, these are long.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like
literally all of these are long.
But I'm trying to also. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, my name is Terrell. He, they. I'm a black queer RN. RN, is that a registered nurse?
Yes, come on.
And writer working at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, ND. Oh, that's so cool. My boyfriend's sister-in-law goes to school there now.
That is a magnet hospital. Congratulations to you.
Before my question, I'd like to send a message to John and Rakeem. Wow, I guess that just don't exist.
You always read messages that compliment yourself. Shut up.
Obviously, being GNC doesn't have to involve an outward expression. However, I'm starting to find more and more that I like to physically embrace. Items, features ascribed to the female gender. I've usually felt a weird sense of rejection to things such as painting my nails and other expressions. Rakeem's Pride.com body awareness photos and seeing John's exploration on Instagram made me want to attempt to embrace myself more. I'm looking to do a photo shoot in a dress with makeup. I'll send y'all pics when I get a dress to pull off my wide shoulders. I want to say thanks for adding to the goal to do this. Finally, my question. I'm looking to move in 2018 to join a more creative movement-focused society where I can achieve my goals in writing and fucking up health disparities. I made a list of places to visit in this attempt, and two of them coincidentally are NYC, most likely Brooklyn area, and LA. My question is, where would you recommend doing to get a more realistic vibe of what you like and can live in a... I'm sorry, there's like a couple words here that don't make more realistic vibe of if you like and can live in a city, aka not just visit touristy areas and get an unrealistic... basically, Terrell is asking, they are asking if... Where can a person go to get like an experience of like living in that city and not necessarily just a touristy spot? So I'll let y'all do LA first.
Sure, John, do you want to go first? Well, is this like creative spots?
I mean, it can include that, but I think just in general.
Oh man, I'm on like my East Side bubble, so I can't even.
Oh, you don't like it?
No. I'm in like the East Side, so I usually stick to the East Side. Well, yeah,
share that, girl. That's not the touristy spot. Nobody. Goes
I think that's actually where I was going to say to go. Like, because I think. Sorry, I think that well, there's the obvious spots. Like, if you're going for artistic inspiration, then I mean, there are touristy spots, but they're not bad. Like, LACMA's really good. There's there's a few different galleries you can go to. Like, there's a lot of them in like West Hollywood. There's some there's this one place, oh god, I can't think of the name of it. maybe I'll respond to this in an email, and like as in the email too, because I want to send you the places to go. But there are some galleries that are kind of in the east side area. They're smaller galleries, kind of like in Silver Lake area, but they kind of predominantly feature artists of color for the most part. There's also this really cool spot in downtown LA that you can go to. I think it's in, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but my friend Sergio's in there, and they have these artist studios you can go visit, and it's like 30 of them in one place. That's really neat. There's also Bergamot Station you can go to, which is in Santa Monica, and they have like 16 galleries there all put together, so you can go gallery from back to back to back, and you can see stuff there. They most of them are white owned, but they feature artists of color sometimes, so you can kind of check to see like what they're having. And then I think, to be honest with you, a really good kind of way to do that is to go to like the LGBT Center, LGBT Center gallery, and then go there. And then they typically have postings of like where queer events are happening. Because I don't think there's like a website for it yet where you can kind of see like what shows are featuring like queer art and that kind of thing. The other thing I would do that I live on this website is go to artsy.net, and then that tells you where like all of the galleries in LA are showing, and you can like filter it out by like queer art and that kind of thing. And that's how I do a lot of stuff. So
yeah, those are some good tips. I think I like walking around the arts district too in downtown. And walkability. I like Echo Park Lake. It's really cute and free and accessible. I haven't gone there in a bit, but I think shopping in Santee Alley is a really fun experience. And that sounds funny to folks that...
It is. I really like it.
Yeah, it sounds funny to folks that live here because they're like, Santee Alley. But I think Santee Alley is actually really cute. And
I think it's magical. It reminds me of Diagon Alley from Harry Potter.
yeah, it's like there's all these different
Diagon
alleys. You know, you can bargain for some really cool stuff. And then just, I don't know, just experience like... It's not the most glamorous part of LA, which I think that's what the question was, like real LA. I think a lot of Angelinos go there. It's kind of underrated. What else? I think that's all I got. What about New York, Baze?
I think we're running a little long on time.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna say, I find that actually joining like the Facebook area or whatever thing where you can like get notifications for like what's going on in the city, because that's actually how I found out about a lot of things. And my friend, we gonna shout her out, Miss Jason. That's where she finds out everything. Like every time, like Jason always knows about everything going on in the city, and it's always because of Facebook.
I know Jason knows about stuff going on in LA, and I'm like, I live here,
right? It's Facebook. She's always in the know. The girl who knew too much. Like there's a lot of like, I can't think off the top of my head, but there's a lot of little galleries in Lower Manhattan and in Brooklyn that feature artists of color frequently. Yeah, I'd have to think about it for a little bit more. But yeah.
We'll respond to your email with some stuff. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is super long. I can't even.
That's okay. So we'll just cut it there because all the other questions are like a discourse level long. So
yeah.
So that will wrap up this episode of Podcast of Color. Thank you guys for listening so much. Again, if you want to send in a honey roast to your friends, or I guess us, but you know, again, we try to avoid that. Or a discourse topic or anything you want us to talk about, send your emails to podcast.
You want to share some messy stories with us?
Oh, or if you want to share some messy stories, or you don't know who the baby's daddy is, like send your email to podcastofcolor@gmail.com. We will, get to those hopefully within the same week. And again, you can find us on Twitter at Trash of Color and everywhere else on Podcast of Color. The show is on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, and wherever you get your iPod or your podcast. And we will see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Bye.